Good afternoon, Josh. How you doing?
I'm good. Where are you doing?
Where am I?
No, I said, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing fine. I guess maybe a little. Well, I don't know. Enough of that. Um, just what do you make of the fact that the Bills haven't won an AFC East title in your lifetime, Josh?
I mean, this division's been dominated by a team, in Foxborough for a long time, and they've had a lot of sustained success, and that's kind of the mold. That's what people want to be, and how they do it and how they've done it is what people want to do. So, it's nothing that I can control, nothing anybody else can control, other than put our best foot forward. And we understand what's at stake every time we step on the field from here on out, and we understand that we have a chance to do it. But our goal is to play Saturday and put our best forward and try to win a game.
And might there be some significance? It's the next game, but you can become the first team since '95 to clinch that title.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think as players we know that and we understand it. But that being said, there's 3 games left. Like, it's not just end all be all. We won the AFC East. Let's celebrate. That was our goal. That's been our goal. That's the easiest way to get into the playoffs is by winning your division. It's no small task, I'll tell you that. But we set our goal to have a home playoff game, and that just secures that one right to do so. So, again, it's not the end all be all. It's a step in the right direction, and we got to continue to keep working hard.
And just one last one. Not sure when you left One Bills Drive after the game Sunday night, but did you happen to see or pass by the small group of fans gathered at the street entrance cheering cars as they left?
Oh yeah. It's obvious that Bills Mafia wishes that they were in the building to support us, and the feeling is mutual, and hopefully we can get them back before too long. And we definitely miss their presence, but little gestures like that let us know that they're here.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Josh, in the film study that you've been able to do this week on the Denver Broncos, why do you think their red zone defense is so good? They lead the league in red zone defense right now.
Well, they're extremely well disciplined, extremely well coached. It's kind of like that bend, don't break motto, where that's where they tighten up, like in the red zone, and they've been, tops all year. And as a team, that's where you got to score, is in the red zone. When they know you're going to run, you got to run. But they do a good job of their games and getting pressure up front. In the back end, smart players that are ready to jump on things, and they understand that they have an extra defender in the in-line behind them. So they're kind of forcing you to throw over the top of them, and it doesn't work out many times in your favor. So we've got to be extremely disciplined, control what we can control and execute the game plan for what we got going in. But, it's evident when you see it on film, it's they play really well down there, and it's no surprise to us that that's their strong suit. So we got to find ways to get in the end zone.
Thanks, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Vic, how you doing?
Good. Very well, thank you, and I hope the same is true with you. Follow up on Maddie's question. They've excelled, and is it a little amazing too, though, that I'm sure you've heard they've lost a ton of guys to injury, especially in the secondary, that they're number 1 in the league in red zone defense despite all those injuries. Does that kind of boggle the mind a little bit?
No, I think what's more boggling is, their record doesn't show that, and obviously they're a lot better team than what their record shows, and it's going to be no small task to go into Denver and play them away. Like I said, they do a great job of getting to the quarterback, their front four in the games that they play, and obviously they got Bradley Chubb out there who's a game wrecker. So we got to be on top of our game, and we got to go out there and put our best foot forward, like I said. But in the red zone especially, we got to make sure that when we run the ball, we run with a purpose, and we got to find ways to get in that end zone, because you see it all the time with teams. That's what keeps games close. Is when you get to the red zone, but you're only able to come up with 3 points. That hurts an offense. So again, it's going out there and executing.
And Josh, for you, speaking of that execution, for your whole career, 57 total touchdowns, passing and running, no interceptions. The red zone's been a very good place for you, obviously, and you kept that role going against the Steelers. To what do you attribute the particular success that you've been able to have in that area?
I mean, I think Dable calls a great game, especially when we get into the red zone. Our guys go out there, run the right routes and catch the ball. And, for me, it's just kind of a put it where only your guy can get it. And if not, we'll take points. But obviously we'll take 6 as many times as we can. We know that's not going to be perfect all the time, and we're going to have to settle for field goals every once in a while. But hopefully more often than not, we're putting 6 on the board instead of 3.
And real quick, Coach Fangio, I was able to get on a conference call with him earlier today, and in specific answer to the question about you, said that he credited scheme, but he also said your running threat has a big, along with what you do throwing it, of course, but the running threat in particular is what makes it difficult to maybe get the good matchups for defense. Do you see it that way, that your ability to run down there especially is big part of the red zone success?
I'd say it's definitely a part, but it helps when you got, really good receivers outside that you got to force or cheat a safety to. And that allows us, if we do a quarterback run designed or not designed, it gives us an extra blocker. And typically it's when you get a hat for a hat, and it's easier to run when you have a hat for a hat without a safety coming in and trying to get you.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, how you doing today?
I'm good. Good, Matt. How you doing?
I'm well. Hey, I know we asked you this after the last game, and you said anytime that you're in the same sentence as Jim Kelly, it's humbling because of, what he accomplished here in Western New York. But I know over the years you've gotten to know him on a personal level, and I was just wondering if there would be any lessons or stories that you could potentially share about things you've learned from him, whether it be football or not football.
I mean, the constant saying that he kept telling me was to take what the defense gives you. Just a couple tidbits here or there, but more so about, embracing Buffalo, embracing the city here and the community and the type of people and the food. And it goes beyond football, obviously, when we're talking, but he's been great with my development here, not just as a player, but as a person as well. And I couldn't have asked to be in a better situation.
Thank you, Josh.
Hey, Josh, got a question about kind of your growth and how that's gone over the last 3 years. Could you imagine, a lot of the credit obviously goes to you, but it goes to this coaching staff as well, to knowing you. Could you imagine you making these leaps and bounds into kind of an MVP caliber quarterback if you had to change systems at any point during these first couple of years?
I mean, I think it definitely made it more difficult, having the same verbiage and the same concepts and the type of relationship that I do with Dable. It's been extremely helpful. But I mean, scheme-wise, knowing my protection, knowing the concepts that I like, Dable understanding the concepts that I don't like, and yeah, I mean, if we had to switch it up, it'd be tough. Nobody likes learning a new system, especially if you feel comfortable in the one you are now. So I'm just thankful that we've had the same guys for the last 3 years, and obviously the addition of Coach Dorsey last year has been extremely helpful, and the guys in the quarterback room. So. It's a group effort by everybody.
When Drew Lock hinted that you guys spent some time together training, what did you? There's some similarities, I think, between the two of you and him being a little bit behind you in terms of his NFL growth. Did you give him any sort of mentorship, and what was kind of went down with you guys working out together a little bit?
I mean, I wouldn't say mentorship, but he was training with Jordan Palmer, and we get along really well, and we have a good time when we're together. It's more of a hangout type of vibe than let me tell you how to do things. So he's a talented player. He's starting to put it together now, and he's extremely fun to watch. He's a real good buddy of mine. But we haven't really mentored or anything like that. But I will say this: he is a 10 times better dancer than I am. He's got the moves. He can shoot some hoops too. He's a very athletic guy. Fun guy to be around with too. And I'm sure we'll catch up this offseason.
You said it was a hangout. He said you were ultra competitive in every aspect that you guys did. So competing on the dance floor, I guess, is one of those things too.
Yeah, I mean, he can take the cake on that one. But we think we played basketball against him and Tyree Jackson going back to 2 years ago, 2 off seasons ago, which was a good time. I think we took care of business against him. I know he had offers in high school, but I think our team was no match to his.
Thanks, Josh.
Mark, you're ready to go.
I'm ready. Hey, it was part of that hangout question with Drew. Marcus with the Denver Post. I was going to ask you if you beat them up in ping pong or hearts or whatever, but I guess it was hoops. And beyond that, patience with any young quarterback, patience with yourself. How did you keep patient in the process when everybody's expecting you to be great tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I understood, my strengths and weaknesses, and I feel like I still understand, what my strengths and weaknesses are. And self-knowledge is a huge tool in, the maturation process and how to be patient within yourself. But, it was my goal just to try to find out how to be the best quarterback and the best teammate that I could be for the Buffalo Bills. And, I'm still finding ways to do that. And there's no doubt I need to improve on a lot of, various things. But, we're sitting at 10-3, and it feels good to be in the position that we're at, but we understand the job's not finished. So again, every day I try to go out there and be the best version of myself and try to improve each and every day.
Hey, Josh, Ryan O'Halloran from the Denver Post. You went through some adversity during your Wyoming career, as well as starting with the injury and then being undermanned in some games. How much did that prepare you to fight the adversity that came early on in your NFL career?
Yeah, I love Wyoming. I love everything about it. I miss my guys. I keep in contact with a lot of my buddies still. But the adversity, just the highs and lows of getting my first start and then having to sit out the rest of the season, having to deal with that was really tough on myself. But I learned a lot about myself, and I used it to push me forward. And being able to play in that type of environment, the wind, the weather, the snow, all that jazz, it's definitely prepared me to be up in Buffalo. So I'm very thankful, actually, for my time at Wyoming, and thankful for Coach Bull for recruiting me. So I need to get back out there and say hello to everybody soon.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, now that it's been about a month or so since the fans made all those donations in your honor to O'Shea, what would you say to the fan who started that and all the money that's going to be generated and all the good that's going to do and what that means to your family?
Yeah, I would obviously be super grateful. I'd thank him. If you need anything, you can come and ask me. And, to be able to be that first domino and see the entire kind of thing play out, it was awesome to be a part of. It was super surreal, and still feels surreal to me that everybody was willing and generous enough to donate money in times like this to a great cause in order to, lighten the load on me and my family. But there's really no words that I can say to him to express how gracious and how grateful, me and my family are.
And how much do you look forward to seeing the good that's going to do? Obviously, your grandmother's name is going to be up there, but the way that can have a tangible impact on those kids.
No, it's going to be unbelievable. And, I've had a few meetings with O'Shea and, just brainstorming of where to allocate the money. And we're going to keep it going and kind of make this a fun for as long as I'm, part of Buffalo. And I feel like I'm going to be a part of here for a long time. And it's something that I'm looking forward to, is to be able to continue to work with the hospital and find, new and innovative ways to put this money to the best use possible. And that's going to be a fun process to learn and grow from as well. And, it's something I'm, like I said, extremely excited to do in the future.